Hello YouTube and welcome back to the Nitro Addiction. So as you can see, I got some parts laid out here, and man, this thing only wants to focus if I zoom in. So we're going to be replacing the chassis brace. I'm missing the big one in the back, and the smaller one, the bottom screw hole is kind of loose. So, but it's for the Nitro Buggy 48, Nitro Truggy 48, and the electric Truggy 48. So looks like it fits all three of those vehicles. It doesn't say 0.4, 0.3, none of them, so I don't know if it fits all of them or not. You have to kind of look up your own part numbers if you're interested in purchasing these. It came from World of RC Parts and Supplies. I have this. They sent a business card. So as you can see, they're in North Carolina, home of Thunder Alley RC Speedway. I'd love to be able to make it there at some point. I don't know if I will, but if I'm ever in the area, I will be sure and stop in and check it out. I'm in the middle of the country, so it's about a 16-hour drive for me, so I may not make it over there anytime soon. Anyways, so this thing comes with 5 different parts in it. This is the long chassis brace in the back. This is the main reason that I bought this set. This screw hole on the one that's in there is a little loose, so we'll go ahead and replace that too. This comes off the center diff. It's where like the brake cam goes and stuff. So this here fits the the buggy in the back. I already have one in my buggy, so I don't need it. And this here fits the front. I'm not for sure if this will fit both or if it's just this might fit both. So if you got the buggy, it'd be these 3 pieces here. This one goes in the rear, sits just like that. This one sits in the front, just like that. It's got the cutout because it sits around the drive shaft. And then this one here is the center diff. So I don't need any of those pieces. So this is the short one in the back of the Truggy. Fits around the drive shaft. And like I said, that's the long one. So it's a 5-piece set. Can use it either or it looks like you get parts for both. But I think both of them, the center drive part, which is, let's see if I can get in on this. So there's the light. Maybe. Here. Let's see. You can see it right down in there. This is center drive shaft. Right there is the front one. So, set the camera properly. Okay, so we're going to install this one here. Make it nice and sturdy. I've been worried about jumping it without having that longer brace, so I've never really had the opportunity to jump this. I've been wanting to swap this out for quite a while. Just had other things on the agenda and finally got to it. So, all right, so now, I gotta find one more screw. Let's see. Give me a sec, I'll be right back. All right, found what I was looking for. It's one of these, I don't know if they call it a button head or whatever, but come on. There we go. This is a screw that was in metal. It's got some Loctite on it. Should be fun. Let's see, why not? It may fit a little tight, but I think it'll be alright. So, maybe we can zoom in a little bit here. It's like if I don't zoom in far enough, I don't get clear shots. If I zoom in too far, can't see anything. I'm gonna do this the easy way. Make sure it's in reverse so we don't strip anything out. Yeah, it's not bad, but it's a little wallered out. We'll hang on to it just in case. I'm not going to throw it away or nothing. But I got new parts, so might as well put them on there. Make sure I got my screws all situated here. Oh, I'll be right back. I'm looking for another screw. Okay, found what I was looking for. So we're going to set this back down flat. Very gentle so we don't strip it. Okay. Leave those a little bit loose so they have some room to move around. And again, we're going to be real easy with this drill. Definitely don't want to strip it out. Man, when those plastic holes are brand new, it's always such a pain in the butt. Not with this. So much easier. Just gotta have, just like driving the RC, you gotta have throttle control. With this, gotta have trigger control so you're not just cramming it in there and stripping it out. So use a drill at your own risk, people. Okay, so those are good and tight. Now, so now I just need to finish off the tops here. Make sure we're still in frame. Okay. So we have it. Got the new, well, I mean new pieces, but it's nothing really new, just stock parts. New chassis brace in the rear. So I don't know, maybe it would be okay without having this, but I was always worried about bending this just because of how short this piece over here is. I guess some racers leave these out so they get some flex in the chassis. I don't know enough about it to say either way. I just know that I'm more of a basher than a racer, and I know if I don't have it fully braced, I'm gonna end up bending and breaking something. So anyways, that's why I ordered those parts. Man, it's been a while since I've had this out and ran it. Can't wait. Took it apart, cleaned it up. Should be ready to go. I do want to try the, I think I'm saying this right, a crock pot with antifreeze. Excuse me. It's a little dirty. So after I got this broke in a few years back, started revving up real high. And for the longest time, I couldn't figure out where what the problem was. As much time as I've got into this hobby, you would think I would understand that when it's doing that, it's an air leak. But I was kind of lost, and then I messed with the tune thinking it was that, and that didn't do anything for it. So it got a little frustrating just because I kind of thought I had an air leak, but it's one of those things where you don't really want to believe it. Just because, they're hard to find, and it was brand new setup. Couldn't figure out why it would be leaking. But down here on the bottom side of this coupler down here, I've replaced this, but there was, like right here on this outside edge, there was dirt and grease built up around this seam. Maybe a little bit down in here, but mostly it was just built up around this. So I have come to the conclusion that my problem was an air leak, and I'm pretty sure it was right there. When the weather warms up, I'm gonna fire it up again, but I'm gonna be running this off that Futaba that I just got, so I need to get a receiver for it. And then also I have a bump box, but the battery that I used, it kind of swelled up and was just done. I even plugged it into my charger just to see if it would do anything, and it said no connection. So I'm assuming when it swelled up, it separated something and it wasn't reading properly, and so it wouldn't charge. So anyways, I just gotta get a 4S for that, and then a receiver for this, and this is ready to run. Let's see, it's been a while since I've had this in any videos, so just kind of go over some of the stuff I have in it. Let's see, for my throttle, man, it's hard to get in there on it, but SB2273. This is a high voltage servo. It doesn't say it here on the top, but it is a high voltage servo. And then, where'd it go? There. Have another JX servo, high voltage, 5932 metal gear. Just like in my other buggies where I've talked about, I haven't had any major issues with these things like running crazy, or I've had a couple of them go out, but I mean they're cheap, $40 maybe, whatever. But as you can see, I've got the good high dollar one on my throttle, and I also, I think you can see it in there, I'm running like basically a generic return spring. It is, I don't remember if this is off of the Savage. I think I bought extras and just set it up on here. Same thing as what the Savage runs. That should hopefully keep it from having any runoffs. But just like in the buggy, I'm running the digital LiPo switch. hold it down. No, I guess I don't even have the battery plugged in. I don't know, I think I was probably waiting to get this in. Yeah, it's not plugged in. But running the same thing in here is what I have in the buggy. It's the ProTech LiPo. It's a little rectangular shaped LiPo with, I think, like 2300 milliamp hour, something like that. Not for sure, 26 something. I don't use these switches. I just have them in here to protect the card. And then I cleaned everything. But then I needed this switch that was in here for something else, since this is just a dummy switch because it's not hooked up at all. I didn't clean the old dirt off of it, so this is like the only part on this car that did not go through a Dawn dish soap bath. Yeah, like I probably heard me say it in the last couple of videos. All these cars I took everything apart. Everything, 100% everything, and except for like the throttle linkage. So I guess me saying everything, I'm a little off, but minus these things, you know, I didn't completely take this apart, but everything else. The steering linkage, some of them I did, and some of them were kind of on there tight, and I left them alone. I think these I left this. Oh god, what do you call this? The bar that runs across that you hook your two linkages to. I can't remember all these part names, but some of this stuff stayed together, and I scrubbed it all in warm Dawn dish liquid soap. So, and I did the same with the diffs in here as I did in the other two buggies. I'm running 10,000 in the front, 7,000, and then 5,000 in the back. Especially with this big old engine, this thing, I mean, it's got all kinds of power, and these front wheels kind of lift up, they want to spin, so I'm hoping that'll help keep the tires from spinning so much and keep the power kind of balanced on it. I don't know, just tinkering around with it, we'll find out. But anywho's, that's all I wanted to show you, was just getting these braces in, kind of starting up a little bit, making it complete. I will get this out running here within the next, I don't know, at least month or so as the weather gets nice. I'm going to take it to the track for the first time. But, yeah, down in the comments, tell me what you think. I think it was Dan Fawcett mentioned to me how clean, he liked how clean my cars are. I don't always get a chance to get them this clean, but they sat for a while and they were just covered in filth, so I did clean them up real good. Also on this one, I did replace the rear A-arms, so those are brand new on this truggy. There's two reasons for that. These hinge pins were kind of loose, so the A-arm was, or this rear arm was kind of flopping, and then these screws here, the holes were stripped out from the previous owner, so I don't remember what side it was, but one of them was kind of loose. I could never get the screw to tighten all the way down, so I did replace those. I think everything else on here is pretty much the same, except now that I've added that. I did replace the pillow balls all the way around in this, and the buggy. I probably forgot to mention that on the buggy, but I did replace all of those just because they were getting worn out. If they're worn out, then they're not really, they're not really doing much for you. So I think that's it on this one. If anybody has any questions, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. And like and subscribe. See you on the next one.